privately owned lush island of San Jose is the second largest in the Las Perlas archipelago. It's the most westerly island of the group and is therefore open to the Pacific Ocean, making the waters here rich in nutrients and of course marine life.
After our long hard trip from Benao, we dropped anchor just outside the owner's fishing resort and hotel, Hacienda del Mar.
This hotel overlooks a volcanic cove lined with black rock formations, deep blue water and white sandy beaches.
This island has a population of only 10, with 57 beaches dotted around the coastline, so spotting a human is very rare.
Inland, the hills are covered in thick rainforest, which teems with macaws, iguanas and crocodiles. Macaws.
As we had been away from civilization for quite a while, we were very low on provisions. Fishing had become essential, and for the boys it was never a problem to reel in dinner.
Come on, Dill.
It didn't take long before we hooked a mackerel.
Wow, that's
Bad luck, we weren't even in here for a minute yet.
That though works like the clappers.
Okay, I can't watch this part.
Why? Well,
You're not watching either. Do you not like to watch?
I don't really mind.
I don't like to watch.
Mommy, did you bring any plasters for
Fisherman.
Dylan's leg?
Let's see, Dill. Dill got a haps by the mackerel. Let's see, Dill.
I got eaten.
I'll show you legs, Dill. That's quite amazing.
You got
Can't
bit.
see.
Oh. Yeah, that's got to be.
We have landed in paradise without a doubt. This is such an incredible beach. You know, there's absolutely nobody here. And there's probably 6 or 7 of these little private beaches all the way along this island, or where we anchored in this bay. So it's really quite a place to come and visit. We've seen macaws flying overhead earlier today. So this is really good Panamanian jungle.
Well, it's nice because it's got the internet, and you're the furthest island out.
The volcanic rock formations were beautiful. We spent hours exploring the rock pools and shorelines.
Mommy's.
After a couple days exploring the beaches and getting some messages to friends and family from the hotel Wi-Fi, which we could reach from a boat, it was time to move on to the next bay, Esnada Playa Grande, which means large beach.
Again, we were the only boat, so we had this huge deserted anchorage all to ourselves. Well, that's if you don't count the crocs, whose tracks we clearly see on the beach. No swimming for us here.
to dream. I want you to dream.
So Sean and I are going off on our own little expedition because the boys don't want to come because they are a little bit worried about the crocodile we saw when we arrived here. So Sean and I are going off on our own little private expedition to try and find the crocodile and to fish for some dinner because we're very low on food. Radio on so you can call us. See you! Don't have a party without us! Woohoo! Freedom! This is where we saw the crocodile. Careful, Sean, of the waves. The boys have decided, yes, they are missing out, so we've come to pick them up because now they want to come.
Well, I'll tell you what, I had one fish on briefly, exploded out the water, and then I've had 6 or 7 other nips.
What type?
Oh, I don't know.
6 or 7 other nips.
Nips, I could feel them biting, just going
Yeah,
through the
I
lure.
know. I feel that all the time with that lure. You know, it feels like boom.
And they're just obviously not hitting it in the right place.
This is a pretty neat setup. The owner of this island has built himself a cabin which is perched on this cliff built over the sea cave. He can lower his fishing line down into the cave's mouth straight from the cabin.
Colours. Wow, whoa! She's like.
I want you to
Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's a mahi! No, that's not a mahi. That's a mahi, that's big. It's not a mahi. It is a mahi. No, it's not. Is it a mahi or is it not? It is! I'm telling you, this is a mahi. It's a mahi!
That looks like a mahi.
Yeah, it is a mahi, I'm telling you.
Okay, wait, Nathan.
That's 100% a mahi. I'm willing to bet money. No, that's
No, it's a mackerel.
Oh, he bit off the bottom of the value.
Let me help you.
That's dinner sorted.
After a couple nights here, we needed to start moving on back towards Panama City if we were ever going to get Macaws prepped and ready for the Pacific crossing. With no wind, which is typical for this time of the year in this area, we motored back to an anchorage we had visited before on our previous trip to Las Perlas. It's called Isla Shapira.
Wow, look at the bottom. Wow, look how many big.
Yeah. Shapira, back in Shapira, but we're in a different anchorage to the one we have been going to. It's on the other side of the island, the side that has coverage, Wi-Fi coverage, because it has Contadora in the background there, so probably a better anchorage, but I suppose always the wind is normally makes this anchorage a bit rolly, which is why we haven't come here before. And now there's no wind, so all good.
Dad, for the tankers!
Dad, you wanted to roll your crab cords, right?
Oh yes,
That's a good addition.
that is nice, eh?
If you want it,
He's there.
it's there.
Sadly, this beautiful uninhabited beach was littered with trash that had been washed up. It's always so incredibly
What a
sad
mess.
to see how even though we don't inhabit these islands, we humans still have left our mark.
Let's take take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
We had a great time on this beach.
You asked me how we got here.
After a busy day and a good night's sleep, the next morning we left for Panama City.
Not going. Do you want that?
What fishing rod is that, Nathan? Did you catch it with the ugly stick?
The shark's gonna come.
Okay. Ooh, interesting maneuver. What's your plan now?
Let's back in the water. Let him back in.
Sadly, there was not enough wind to sail back to Panama City, but that meant we had a lot of wildlife spotting opportunities, including lots of playful dolphins.
As the conditions were so calm, we were able to get closer to the curious dolphins on the bosun's chair, lowered down the side of the hull on the halyard. It was incredible.
Just put your undies on.
So slippery, the side of the.
So it's Friday day. So Friday night, Nathan's cooking us dinner. What are you cooking for us, Nathan?
I have no clue. I think it's chicken curry.
You think it's a chicken curry? Well, what have you put in your dish so far?
Chicken.
Okay, so it's definitely a chicken something or other. It smells delicious, so it smells curry-like to me. So it looks like a chicken and vegetable Thai red curry.
Well, I mean, this is hippie. You gotta feed. No, this is hippie here.
I'm not hippie.
Yes, he is.
I'm not hippie.
Yes, you are. You're hippie. Built, designed, and made like a hippie.
One really good one. Went down the bottom. There we go.